Hello and welcome. In this video we are looking at the Inquiry class. So we'll be looking at the shield visuals on the Inquiry class, in this case the Inquiry Gamma skin on the ship. We'll be looking at the Vanity Shields from the Tier 6 of Reputations, the Dilithium store, the Zen store, and the events, which are the Summer and Winter stores. We'll also be looking at shields in the game that have visuals with them. So as always, our first section will be the Tier 6 reputations. So these are your Omegas, your Gammas, your Iconian, Lukari reps. That once you've reached Tier 6, you can select an active project to create these shields. So the first one we shall have a look at is the 8472 Vanity Shield. So as you can see here, I'm using the Inquiry Gamma model, purely because I like the deflector look on it compared to the normal Inquiry. And then we've got the Gamma skin there. So as here we've got this honeycomb green on the front, these illuminated green lines, touch of green there on the deflector array. Then we've got the green there for the impulse engines, green there for the nacelles, more of this illuminated green lines and circles, and you see that ridge pattern there on the side. A lot more of that ridge pattern covering the vast majority of the hull and some of the saucer section there. And a bit more there on the underside. Next up we are looking at the competitive Wargames Vanity Shield. So we've got this grey hull material. We can see a lot of these yellow panels from this front view. Taking the orange there for the impulse, some yellow lighting at the back here. You see some of these yellow dot lightings that we'll see a bit better in a second. There's that yellow dot lighting following the seams of the hull material, retaining the base for the basards and the nacelle colours there. Top down, so we've got some of this yellow lighting effect going on here, and here at the back bay, some more of the illuminated sections there, and around the phaser strips. And you see a touch of those reflective panels there as well. On the underside we've got a lot more of these yellow reflective panels being seen. Here we have the Delta Alliance Vanity Shield. As you can see here, we've got this green line going around the outer edge of the saucer, and again there and there. Got a bit of this illuminated green lines showing. Got the green here at the front as well. In the back we've got the green on the impulse engines, green up here at the end of the nacelles, more of that green line on the back of the pylons, green basard in the cells there, and a lot more of this illuminated green sections as well. Slight green tint to the hull material, and more of that green line and illuminated green sections on the top. And same again there on the underside. Then we have the Discovery Legends Vanity Shield. So this just gives this oily film look to your hull material, covers the full ship. Next up is the Dyson Joint Command Vanity Shield. So as you can see here, we've got this pink and black lines going around various parts of the ship. We've got this very faint purplish grey hull material. Taking the red on the impulse engines there. Same with the basard collector in the cell. And then we've got this illuminated pink lines throughout the hull material. See a lot better there on the top in the larger sections, covering the full hull. Again there on the underside with some of the darker grey hull material showing there as well. Next up, it's the Gamma Vanity Shield. So this is a purple, as you can see from the lights here at the front. Darker purple covering around about this Fek'lhri here. Then we've got this almost metallic rosy colour going on in the rest of the hull material. Surprisingly, there we are. We've got the purplish pinkish effect there on the impulse engines. Purple at the back in the cells there. This deep purple for the Bizarre collectors, and illuminated almost a pinkish purple for the nacelles. So we'll take it through, get that lovely metallic shine as the light hits it. You'll see the purplish areas turning more of a blue in the light. And same again there on the underside. This is the Iconian Resistance Vanity Shield. So we've got this whitey pink effect here in the lights here at the front. This rounded rectangle with the pale green shading across quite a bit the front of the ship there. There's that pink and white impulse engines. There's that pinky white for the Bizarre collector in the cell, and then you see in this shaded green area you've got this illuminated purple design. See quite a bit more of that shading pattern coming right down the centre of the saucer and down the main engineering hub there. And more of that shading pattern on the underside. This is the Lukari Restoration Initiative Vanity Shield. So it's designed to give your vessel the look of a Lukari ship from some of the Star Trek Online missions. So you can see a lot of these illuminated lines here around the deflector, around this part of the lower saucer. Got this pinkish white lighting effect with this purple at the side there at the front. In the back we've got a spectrum going white through blues, purples and pinks there on the impulse engines. Got this vibrant pink here at the back of the nacelles, more of this lighting effect here at the aft. This purple for the Bizarre collector, that vibrant pink there in the nacelle, a lot more of these illuminated lines. And more of these illuminated lines there with that green hull shading. And same again there on the underside. Next up is the new Romulus Reman Vanity Shield. So you can see here some of these light panels around the edge of the saucer. And then we've got this aqua green blue deflector array. The green there on the impulse engines. It's a illuminated section here on the end of the nacelles. Again green there on the nacelles itself and the Bizarre collectors, and then more of this light panelling effect illuminating various parts of the ship. So rotate through to get that green metallic shine there as the light hits it. A lot more of the light panels covering quite a bit of the ship there. And a few more there on the underside. So here's the Nukara Strikeforce Vanity Shield. So it's designed to give your vessel the look of a Tholian ship. So that cyan blue there at the front. Got this vibrant white with some blue in it around the deflector array. Got the yellow there on the impulse engines, the end of the nacelles. That cyan blue there on the Bizarre collectors, and this vibrant yellow for the nacelle itself. Then we've got this bluish grey hull material with a lot of pattern effect on it. rotate the light, you get a lot of that yellow shine as the light hits the material. See more of that pattern effect there. Then on the underside we've got this conduit look going on, as well as this blue grey material. Here we have the Omega Force Vanity Shield. So we have a bit of pattern work on the hull material, with all this blue check pattern and blue colouring and shading going on. It's retaining pretty much most of the Inquiry Gamma's base hull material. See a lot more of the blue there. And with this honeycomb white and blue for the Basard collectors, this light blue and white for the nacelles, and there's a lot more of that blue check pattern. See the blue there on the phaser strips. And then again on the underside, a lot more of the blue check pattern, blue phaser strips as well, and then this material pattern to the hull. Here we have the Temporal Defence Initiative Vanity Shield. So got a lot of these panels here with this multicolour on it. They change as light hits them. We've got this illuminated yellow lighting lines throughout quite a bit of the ship. We've got this yellow lighting here at the front. The vibrant pink there on the impulse engines. That lovely orange there for the Basard collectors, and the yellow there for the nacelles itself. Got this leathery effect material pattern going on as well. There's more of that illuminated yellow lines going through the ship. As we start to rotate through the light, you'll see all these multicoloured areas of the ship starting to change colour. Same there as we move through the underside. There's a lot more of that illuminated yellow lines showing, and that leathery effect pattern there as well. And the last of the shields from the Tier 6 Recitations is the Terran Task Force Vanity Shield. See some of this yellow lighting, this blue line effect as well, this blue and white lights here at the front. Quite a light blue effect there on the impulse engines. That bright yellow there for the Basard collectors, that satin blue there for the nacelles itself. See more of those lines as well. And a lot of these illuminated blue dashes and dots as well. And I see this pattern effect that looks to be welded hull plates on it as well, with various sections of the ship. The next section is the shields available in the summer and winter event stores. So these are available all year round, providing that you have collected all the consumables whilst those events are running. The first one is the Fek'lhri Vanity Shield from the winter event. At the moment, this is currently the only Vanity Shield from the winter event. So with this dark grey hull material, this very dull blue on the front here, you can see some of this red material pattern around the saucer, and this red here on the deflector. Got the yellow there on the impulse engines, see that red on the rear of the nacelles. There's that bright yellow Basard collector, that red nacelle with that blue line round it. See more of that red material, and throughout this grey hull material there's speckles of rusty red in it as well. As we rotate through the light, you'll see these red sections reflecting very nicely. the same there on the underside. This is the first of the baseball series from the summer event store. So this is the Andorian blue bowlers. So this is a blue and orange Vanity Shield. You can see the blue hull material there, we can see some of the orange, we're seeing this yellowy orange deflector array and the illuminated sections here at the front. Got the orange there on the impulse engines, same here at the end of the nacelles. And on the Bizarre collectors and nacelles, this yellowy orange effect. Let's rotate through the light. As it reflects off the ship, we get that orange reflection of it. Same there on the other side. Next up, it's the Bozeman Titans Vanity Shield. This is a grey and yellow Vanity Shield. You see there yellow there on the impulse engines. Same there for the Bizarre and the nacelles. Now these baseball shields tend to follow the same pattern for the placement of the colours, and then just change the colours in relation to the shield itself. Get that yellow shine there as we rotate it through the light. Next up is the Caitian Claws Vanity Shield. So this purple and yellowy goldy colour. Orange there on the impulse. That yellow effect there for the nacelles. Here we have the Deep Space Niners. So this is based off of their uniform in the Deep Space Nine Season 7 episode, Take Me Out to the Holosuite. We've got a lot of blues, oranges, reds and greys in this one. Next up, it is the Denebian Slime Devils. So here we have a purple and green Vanity Shield. I was actually thinking earlier on today that this has been reminding me of something for quite some time. It's been bugging me because it can't quite remember what it was, and it wasn't until I was listening to an audiobook earlier in the car that it dawned on me. The Joker cars from the 1989 Batman film with Michael Keaton. That's what this shield reminds me of. Next up is the Ferenginar Liquidators. So you have a green and gold Vanity Shield, this one. See the yellow there on the impulse engines, yellow there on the nacelles. Next up is the stem bolts. So I've got a pink and grey Vanity Shield. See that greyish white there on the impulse. Same here on the nacelles, and then just various shades of pink on the hull. As the light hits as we rotate through, you get that pink shine to it. Here we have the Vulcan Logicians Vanity Shield. So this is based off of their uniform in that season 7 episode of DS9, Take Me Out to the Holosuite. So we've got greys, purples and gold in this shield. There's the purple impulse engines, purple in the nacelles, see the gold trim going around parts of the ship. As you rotate through, you get that bluey purple shine as the light hits the ship. And last but not least, it's the Workbees. So we've got this golden colour with this deep red on this one. See the yellow there on the impulse engines. Same for the Blizzard and the cells. And as we rotate through, we get this red metallic shine as the light hits it. So the next section, we're looking at the shields available in the Dilithium store during special events throughout the year, and also from the Zen store. Now currently we have one shield in the Zen store, and that is the Alliance Vanity Shield. So this comes part of a bundle that gives you the Khitomer Alliance uniform, and I think it's a tech upgrade as well. So we've got this white hull material, this cyan blue here at the front. You see this gold shading and then this dark grey hull material as well. Got this orangey yellow effect here on the impulse engines. That cyan blue there for the nacelles. This orangey plasma kind of effect here for the Blizzard collectors. Got quite a few of the red lines as well. There's more of that gold shading. So this is designed to give your ship the look of being part of the Khitomer Alliance. So the likes of the Khitomer, the Hur'q, and the Rex, and so forth. So the first Vanity Shield from the Dilithium store is the M.A.C.O Vanity Shield. It's a very popular one in the game. This very dark grey hull material, white here at the front. Got this toned down deflector rail with this cyan blue circles on it. This lovely red impulse engines. I really do like the effect that this shield has on the impulse. Cyan blue here on the nacelles and the Blizzard collectors. As I look down, you can see some of this pattern effect on the hull material. And same again there on the underside. Next up we have the Borg Vanity Shield. Now this shield gives your vessel the look of a liberated Borg vessel and not the assimilated one. Does cause some confusion and controversy. It should have been called the Liberated Borg Shield in the Dilithium store. So we have this grey hull material, and it's got a lot of hull plating showing. Got this blue effect here. Same here on the deflector. Then we see this exposed areas of the ship with this blue lighting. Got the blue there on the impulse engines. Same on the Blizzard and the cell colour. Then these sections with the gold and blue lighting are sections of the hull that don't have any hull plating on it, so it's like exposed conduits. See more of that exposed hull area, so look down on the top. And some there on the underside. This is the Discovery Vanity Shield, so this is designed to give your vessel the look of a ship in Season 1 of Discovery. This is the Federation one. The Klingon version of this, when you use it on a KDF character, is different. We'll look at that next. It would be good if they split this one and the Kelvin shield into two, so you had the choice of either doing the Federation or KDF one on either faction rather than just the one that you're aligned with. So you see here this white lighting effect here at the front, white and blue there on the deflector, this honeycomb red pattern here to the nacelle, the impulse engine, sorry, and this blue pattern here on the Bizarre collectors, the blue there for the nacelle itself. I see some of this honeycomb lighting on the side of the saucer. And here we have the Discovery Vanity Shield on a KDF character. So this is designed to give your vessel the look of what they refer to as Klingons on Star Trek Discovery. And don't even get me started on that. So we see I've got this brownish hull material, red and white on the front here. This nice pattern here on the impulse engines. See this pulsating white and red here on the Bizarre collectors. This yellow and white on the cells, and then we've almost got this cliff pattern effect to the hull. Here we have the Emperor's Vanity Shield, and with this darker grey hull material. Got the orange here at the front, this orange effect here on the deflector array, cyan blue there for the impulse engines, got the yellowy orange there on the nacelles. See some of this blue dot lighting effect here throughout the hull material. Then we've got some purple shading on this as well. And same again there on the underside. Here we have the Ferengi Vanity Shield. So we see this golden orange effect here around the front of the saucer. This yellow lighting here at the front. Same in the centre of the deflector array. This orange and yellow effect here for the impulse engines. Same there for Bizarre, and a lighter yellow for the nacelles. And see the orange hull material there, that golden yellow lines going around it. A bit of a pattern to the hull material as well. And here we have the Hur'q Vanity Shield, so it's designed to give your vessel the look of a Hur'q vessel. So with this greenish hue to the hull material, got this illuminated green pattern here around the saucer, and a green here at the front. A bit of a green pattern here to the deflector in the centre. Same pattern effect there in the impulse engines. We've got that yellowish green there on the nacelles, and a lot more of this illuminated pattern going over various parts of the hull. A lot more of that illuminated pattern effect throughout quite a large portion of the ship. And the other side, with this shading going on, as well as the green hull material. And here we have the Kelvin Divergence Vanity Shield. So this is the Federation one. When you apply this shield to a KDF character, you get the Klingon version of it. So this is designed to make your ship look like the ships in the reboot films from 2009 onwards. So I've got this nice blue effect here on the deflector, a bit white here at the front, this nice pattern here to this orange impulse engines, this blue and white for the nacelle, and then this god awful effect here on the B'Sard collectors. So this is supposed to represent the effect that the B'Sard had on the Kelvin at the start of the first film, and it just looks awful on every other ship that I've seen it on. There are some ships that you're lucky enough that the B'Sard collectors don't change. Unfortunately this is not one of them. Here we have the Kelvin Divergence Vanity Shield on the KDF characters. So we've got this green hull material, this red on here on the deflector array, nice red effect here on the impulse engines, the yellow there on the B'Sard collectors, which looks one heck of a lot better than what it does on the Federation side of this Vanity Shield. And it's got this honeycomb dull blue on the nacelle itself. And then you see the different shades of green there for the main hull material pattern. And same there on the underside. Here we have the Section 31 Vanity Shield, so again it's another very popular shield in the game. So I've got this dark hull material, this lovely blue effect here on the deflector array, this honeycomb bright red on the impulse engines, cyan blue there for the nacelles, and then the B'Sard collectors are blacked out with this red trim around them. Some people like that, some people don't. Doesn't bother me either way, to be honest. I do like the shield. Next up is the Zenkathi Vanity Shield. So it's designed to give your ship the look of a Zenkathi vessel. So you see a lot of this pulsating light effect going on. We've got this greenish blue hull material. Got this yellow here on the deflector, same here at the front. Got white there for the impulse engines, a lot more of this pulsing lighting effects going on. The white there with this pattern here on the B'Sard collectors, white there in the cell, and then you see this pattern effect to the hull material. And we'll get the top down, we've got black of the hull material coming in there. And then on the underside we're introducing some of this grey hull material along with the green and black, and again this pulsating light effect covering quite a bit of the ship. And the last of the Vanity Shields currently available in the Dill store is the Zhat Vash Vanity Shield. So this is giving the look of a Romulan ship to this one, so we've got this green here on the centre of the deflector array, got the red here at the front, and then we can see this green and almost this fawn goldy colour as well. Vibrant red there on the impulse engines. Got this green pattern here on the B'Sard collectors, and this green and almost into white for the nacelles, and there's that two-tone hull colour going on. I always think this is kind of like an army camouflage kind of colour pattern to this. Now we come to the last section for the shield visuals, so looking at other shields in the game that act as both a shield and also have a visual component, so you can slot it as your main shield or you can just slot it in the visual section. So these shields are available in the reputation systems and as mission rewards, and the first one we're going to have a look at is the Lukari Restoration Initiative Regenerative Shield from the Lukari Rep. So straight off we see a lot of illuminated sections on this one. It's a slightly lighter hull material as well compared to the Vanity Shield from the same rep. Still with that spectrum of colour there on the impulse engines. That cyan blue there on the Bussard and the nacelles, and more of these illuminated lines. Blue shine as light hits the shield. And more of that illuminated lines on the underside there. Here we have the adapted M.A.C.O covariant shield from the Mega Rep. So on Federation and Federation aligned characters, this is the shield that you get. For KDF and KDF aligned, it's the adapted Klingon Honor Guard resilient shield. We'll look at that next. So this one contains most of the detail from your base hull material. This lovely golden honeycomb here on the Bussard collectors, this light blue here on the nacelles, and you see this honeycomb pattern appearing on several sections of the hull there. As we rotate through, you get this blue shine as the light hits off of it. Same there on the underside. And jumping over to the KDF side, we are looking at the adapted Klingon Honor Guard Resilient Shield. So this is from the Omega Rep on KDF characters. You can see here we've got this orange writing at the front, same here on the deflector. This yellowy colour here to the impulse engines. A nice honeycomb pattern there to the Bussard collectors. This orange into a very light yellow on the nacelles. Then with this darker grey hull pattern as well. See some yellow lighting there on the side. Again there around the phaser strips, and then down the back of the ship as well. And same again there on the underside. So here we have the Aegis or the Aegis covariant shield from the R&D menus. So this is on a Federation character, so we have this illuminated white blue lines going around the ship. The ones available on KDF are different colours, and we'll look at that in the next. So it does retain your base hull material, so your deflector and your impulse remains the same. It's lovely honeycomb golden pattern here to the Bussard collectors. And you see those lines as well there on the side. Then there's more of that blue line going round. There's more of the illuminated lines there on the underside. Here we have the Aegis or the Aegis shield from the R&D on a KDF character. So we see this orange illuminated lines on this one as opposed to the white and blue that we've seen on the Federation characters. And then the back of the pylons, and that nice honeycomb effect there. Then we've got this orange into the yellow and gold on the nacelles, and more of the illuminated lines on the side of the ship. See again, more of the illuminated orange lines on the top, and same there on the underside. Here we have the assimilated regenerative shield from the Omega Rep. So this is the one that gives your vessel the assimilated look. So we can see here at the front we've got that green lighting effect, and you start to see some of that assimilated material as well. Same there with the impulse engines with that yellow effect. Also on the side, that yellowy green effect there for the Bussard collectors, and green there on the nacelle itself. and more of that assimilated hull material pattern going on. And if you equip the shield with the impulse engines, the deflector and the assimilated module from the Omega Rip, you do get a lot more Borg structures on your vessel. I showed that in a couple of previous videos. I think it was the Constitution refit and the Discovery Constitution videos. You can check that out and get an idea. Next up is the Bajor Defense Covariant Shield, which is a mission reward from one of the old Dominion missions. Straight off the bat here with that cyan blue there at the front and on the deflector. This yellow orange effect here on the impulse engines. That yellow there for the Bizarre collectors and that cyan blue there for the nacelles. Then you've got this pastel red material going around this almost beige hull material. And we've got these groove patterns on the hull material as well. This is the Counter Command Covariant Shield from the 8472 Reputation. I see here the green here again at the front, with this illuminated green lines going round quite a bit of the ship, with this blue hull material as well. And the yellowy green there for the impulse engines. Same again there for the Bizarre and the cell colours, more of those illuminated green lines, and you can see that ridge pattern detail as well. As we rotate through, that blue hull material has a reflective, almost mirror quality to the material itself. And a lot more of that ridge detail being seen there with that illuminated green lines and circles. And same there on the underside. Next up, it's the Delta Alliance Unimatrix Shield from the Delta Alliance Reputation. So we have a grey, green and gold Vanity Shield here. So we've got the green there on the deflector. You see that gold trim going around the saucer there. Got the green there on the impulse engines, more of that gold trim on the pylons there. Got green with a kind of honeycomb pattern effect over the top of it there for the Bizarre collectors, green there for the nacelles, and more of this illuminated green lines throughout some sections of the ship. Some of that gold line going around parts of the saucer, parts of the engineering hull and the pylons there. More again there on the underside with that illuminated green effects going on in certain parts of the ship. Here we have the Dyson Regenerative Shield from the Dyson Rep. So we've got this lighter purple, almost pinkish line going round certain parts of the saucer. See this lighter hull material compared to the Vanity Shield. Retaining the red impulse engines there. Same with the Bizarre and the cell colours. You do see this illuminated purple lines going over this white hull material. And we've got some darker grey sections there as well. Next up is the Iconian Resistance Resilient Shield. So we've got this various shades of grey going on with this orangey red pattern. See that almost white and orange effect there on the lights at the front. Same there, it's almost a goldy colour for the impulse engines. Same for the nacelles. And there's more of that dark grey with that orange and red pattern throughout most of the ship. As we rotate through, those grey sections have a mirror-like reflective quality to them. Here we have the Nukara crystalline resilient shield from the Nukara reputation. So again, giving your vessel the look of a Tholian ship. So again, we've got the cyan blue there at the front, this white and blue here on the deflector, and a slightly lighter hull material compared to the Vanity Shield. Retaining the yellow there on the impulse engines, cyan blue there with that crosshatch pattern on the Bessard collectors, the vibrant yellow there for the nacelles, and then still that pattern effect to the hull material itself. Yeah, a bit of a blue shine to this one as we rotate through the light. And you've got that conduit effect material pattern going on there on the underside as well. Then we have the Omega Force Shield from the Omega Rep, so very similar to the Vanity Shield, except instead of having blue we've got this gold pattern going on. See more of that gold cross pattern through various parts of the ship and the nacelles and the pylons there, and then you've got that grey pattern effect to the hull itself. And again, that gold colour to the phaser strips as opposed to the blue that we've seen on the Vanity Shield. And same again there on the underside, and then there's more of that pattern effect to the hull as well. And this is the prevailing innervated resilient shield from the competitive Wargames rep, so very similar to the Vanity Shield from the same reputation, except instead of having yellow, this is blue. So we've got the blue lighting effects. You can see the blue dots there following the hull material pattern. Same there on the phaser strips, and it's blue lighting here in the back, and then we've got these blue reflective panels here on the saucer, and a lot more of them there on the underside. This is the Romulan Advanced Prototype Shield from the new Romulus reputation. So we see a lot of the illuminated green lines. I'm going through quite a bit of this from the front. We've got this pale green shading pattern as well in various sections. And you see that there on the cells and down the pylons and following the lines of the ship. A bit of the green shading at the back of the cells there. And look down and see more of this green shading pattern going over several parts of the ship. A lot more of that illuminated green lines there on the underside with that green shading as well. Here we have the Temporal Defense Initiative Regenerative Shield from the Temporal Defense reputation. So again, very similar to the Vanity Shield, except it's a lot lighter hull material. We've still got this multicoloured areas that do change as the light hits them. Got the blue and purple there at the front, got the blue and purple there on the deflector array, cyan blue there for the impulse engines, same there for the Bessard collectors and the cells themselves, and then we've got this lighter colour to this leathery material effect here on the hull. And as we rotate through, again you'll see all those panels starting to change colour as the light changes. And rather than having the illuminated yellow lines, these are illuminated pink lines on the hull as well. Same again there on the underside. Here we have the Terran Task Force Covariant Shield from the Terran Task Force Reputation, with the yellow there at the front. That's only the purple sections here with these red lines. The hull material is slightly darker than what it was on the Vanity Shield. With the yellow there for the impulse engines. It's very bright white and blue effect for the Bizarre collectors, with the yellow there for the nacelles itself. Then with this yellow, you see the lines and dashes on this one, whereas on the Vanity Shield they were blue. I've still got that welded hull plate look to it as well, and several sections on the hull pattern, more of that red line and the yellow dots and dashes. And then just on the side there you can see some of that purple lighting. Same here on the underside as well. This one is Tilly's Review Pending Modified Shield from the Discovery Reputation. So it's a very good shield for your ship. In general, the visuals on it is this oily effect again, which I just don't know what they were actually going for, or what it has to do with Discovery. So I do use this shield on most of my builds in the game. I always disable the visuals on it and then apply a different Vanity Shield depending on what ship I'm flying. This is the Dielectric Oscillation Resilient Shield. This is a mission reward from Cold Storage, I think it was. So it's designed to give your vessel the look of a green ship. Unfortunately it's a very, very old shield. It has not stood the test of time well. You see here with the green here at the front. The hull materials are a mixture of greens, greys and blacks. With that yellowy green effect there for the Bizarre collectors, and same there on the nacelles. The look of the shield itself just really isn't as crisp and nice as a lot of the newer shields are. Here we have the Jem'Hadar Resilient Shield. So for Jem'Hadar characters you get this shield on your ship, and for non-Jem'Hadar characters it's a mission reward from Boldly the Road, which is a old Dominion mission I think. So it's a grey and purple colouring here. So you can see there at the front there, got the white and purple in the front. Pinkish purple there on the impulse engines, the purple and white there for the Bizarre and the nacelles. I do think a shield works on quite a lot of ships. It's a very nice subtle shield. And our last shield is the Reman Prototype Covariant Shield. So this is a mission reward from Coliseum, part of the main story arcs, and is generally the first shield you'll get in the game with a visual component to it. So similar to the Vanity Shield, we've got a lot of these illuminated light panels. With this blue here at the front, same there on the deflector, and with this almost aqua green there on the impulse engines, the green there for the nacelles and the Bizarre collectors, and you can see a lot of this light panelling on the sides and the pylons and the nacelles. Take through, you still get that nice reflective metallic shine off it, and there's a lot more of those light panels there at the top. Not too many there on the bottom, and then just various colours throughout the ship as well. And that concludes our look at the Inquiry class. So as always, thank you all very, very, very much for watching. Do remember to like and subscribe. I do plan to do some giveaways once I hit certain milestones on the channel, that being views and subscribers primarily. For reviews, builds, Q&As and live streams, do check out Casual Sab's YouTube channel. He's linked in the description down below. As always, the chapters are down there, as is my social media, links to the STO wiki for information on Star Trek Online, the official Star Trek Online news blog as well for all the updates and patch notes, as well as my Real Merch affiliate link to get 10% off your Star Trek ships order. So until the next video, catch you then.